Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Mercury sextile Saturn reading for you. Now, this takes place on the 12th of May, 2023, and on the 19th of May. So, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. The YouTube algorithm really pays attention to this, especially since I had to take that break while I had health issues with my family. So, thank you so much for your support. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have two. We have the Ten of Swords reversed, and we have the Three of Pentacles. During this time, because Saturn is going to just be very, very strong for us, so is Mercury, very much a sense here, but I see Saturn as stronger. And Saturn is about getting things done, really being focused, going after what we want. And people are going to take advantage of that. So just be mindful of this. They'll let you work, they'll let you do everything. And they'll say, oh, yeah, look what we did. And it's like, are you kidding me? Just stop it. With the 10 of Swords reversed, we're releasing a lot of negative energy that has held us back, that has kept us small. And why Spirit is saying to be mindful of this is because it can be emotionally a lot as we're releasing so much. We can feel things more intensely. It could be a much more powerful time for us because we are being reborn during it. And I do apologize if I sound congested. My allergies are really acting up. So let's see what energy Spirit wants us to be aware of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And here we have create. This is a time on the 12th and the 19th, and just like around that time in general, where we're going to have an insurgence of creative energy. We're going to really be looking at things and saying, how can I cultivate this? Like, how can I move this forward? How can I put my own spin on this? Don't let yourself become rigid. Saturn energy tends to have rigidity to it, right? We're Neptune energy. I mean, Neptune is flowing and discovering. Neptune is the king of the unseen world. And so Saturn is what's seen and what's proven in the seen world. So we can kind of be fighting a bit against this. And one of the ways that we find balance and harmony is by creativity. So create during this time. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so what's really interesting here is that you have really great cards and they come up reverse, right? So you're not celebrating yourself. You have a soulmate connection, you're not seeing it. You have the 10 of cups. This is embracing your own happiness, you're not seeing it. The 9 of cups, having a wish come true, you're not seeing it. The Ace of Wands. And I hate to say this because I laugh because it's like you are so great during this time. And yet you're going to be so focused on other things and what you're supposed to be achieving, like this way, this way, this way. You're not seeing so much that's right in front of you. Spirit is saying, slow down, connect with you. What you need to start doing is celebrating you. And this can be something that we have a bit of difficulty with because we're never taught, or we're seldom taught, how to celebrate ourselves without being arrogant. you know? So here, it's celebrate you. You have the Six of Wands reverse. You're either not being celebrated at work, which can be very, very true. Like that can ring so true. You might want to start looking for a different place to work, or you might want to start doing something that celebrates you because you can't keep on going being ignored. Okay, that's just not going to be good for you at all, Pisces. Mercury retrograde, not Mercury, we are in Mercury retrograde. Okay, and we've been feeling Mercury retrograde a lot. It's like we're talking to people, they'll say, yeah, 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 I get it. And then they'll just completely do whatever it is that they were going to do anyway, or completely forget what we were saying. So we really feel ignored. Now, it might not actually be that we are ignored, it's just that Mercury retrograde is hitting us quite intensely. But Mercury sextile Saturn. It happens during Mercury retrograde and the post shadow period, and yet our voices get heard quite clearly. We're coming through as the King of Cups, right? The King of Cups is power, the highest of the court cards in the cups. It's a sense of moving forward towards what I love, what I desire. Emotions are all over the place. Okay? So be aware of this, especially if you work with a bunch of people. Their emotions, your emotions, their emotions are all over the place, which can make your emotions all over the place. So just be aware of this during this time, because this is a time where we want to learn about everything. We want to deep dive. We can fall down rabbit holes of everything, and we can actually pick up what other people are curious about. I see you doing this, Pisces, and it's like, oh well, that's interesting. I'll look that up too, or oh, that's interesting. I'll watch that TV show or read that book too, and you'll start to deep dive in with these people. You have to make sure that it's aligned with your happiness and your soul, because it cannot even be aligned with theirs. It's just something they're deep diving into, and that can really knock you off your game. So just be aware of this. We can feel responsibility for everything, and that's what Spirit is warning us with the Three of Pentacles reverse. We can take on responsibilities that we just don't need to. So be aware of this. Instead of saying, "Oh yeah, I'll do that," or "Oh yeah, I got that," be don't be the first to offer. Let somebody else do it. Like let somebody else do it. Seriously. We're going to be much more traditional. Traditional values are going to be very, very strong. We're also going to have a strong connection with our ancestors, which can be a very cool thing, especially for us Pisces, when we're ruled by Neptune, the ruler of the unseen world. We can find that our ancestors come to us, like past loved ones, come to us in our dreams a lot. They're going to be walking with us a lot. The thing is, are you recognizing it? So that's going to be a huge part of this time for you. And it's just going to be very personal. This is a fantastic time for clear thinking, good judgment, organization, good concentration and memory. Like excellent, excellent, excellent time for this. This is also an excellent time for business dealings. This is an ideal time to sign contracts, to negotiate long-term investments, and long-term plans. This is ideal for it. So if we have anything that we need to do business-wise, like if we wanted to launch a business, the 12th of May, the 19th of May, fantastic times to do so. If we wanted to start setting up different events places, or we have different ideas for things, this is a fantastic time to really get the ball rolling. And even if it's just planning, you can plan so well on these days. I highly recommend like a little notebook, or use your phone to record, to be able to say, oh, this is the idea I have, because it'll be so brilliant, right? And you'll think, oh well, it's so easy to see it, I'll see it, like I'll totally get this later on down the road. You won't. So keep yourself informed with the brilliance that's coming your way. Again, you have a soulmate connection, true love connection coming. It can be, when Spirit says true love connection, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. It can be somebody that you just work brilliantly with, okay? Or a friendship. You could be missing each other, like like ships in the night, okay? Just be aware of that during this time. You're going to be very good with stepping into the masculine energy of yourself. And like a Gemini, a Pisces has a duality to us. So Pisces, we have one fish going one way, one fish going the other. We can really be in tune with our sacred masculine energy, which has the fish jumping up right here. We can not be as in tune with our sacred feminine energy, which actually, just noticing, oh, it does have a fish, but it looks like it's carved into her chair. So we're going to be much better during this time. And it makes sense because of the Saturn energy. We're going to be much better at getting things done, of going after things. So much more masculine energy is going to be more our jive. but stepping back and embracing things emotionally, we can actually feel repelled by that. It's like, nope, I don't want to dive deeper. I don't want to look at it any other way than what I had decided that I wanted and not be flexible at all. That's not going to serve us well. To create, we have to have flexibility. So that's going to be something really important for us. With the 10 of Cups reversed, we need to embrace our own happiness. Right now, for some reason, other people's happiness or the media's happiness or, what's shown to us, oh, this is how you make yourself happy. Like, we could be reading a lot of self-help books. We could be, on this journey of self-exploration where it's like, okay, this is great, but I'm listening to too many other people. This is time. This is the time to really listen to your heart and yourself. Because I see this right now, because this card upright, and I love the saying, it's an old Nordic saying. It says, better to be king of a cottage than servant in a castle. And you have that little cottage here. You have the children playing, and you have the couple, and you have the rainbow, right? Going right into the cottage. It's like, that's your pot of gold. And yet we're sold that it's supposed to be bigger and grander, bigger and grander. That's what makes us happy. Like, that's what will bring us happiness. And Spirit is just telling us, scale it back. It's better to be king of a cottage than servant of a castle. Scale it back. And don't forget your happiness. Somebody else's voice, other voices are overlapping your own voice. Be aware of this. With the Queen of Cups reversed, we just have a hard time connecting with the heart. And it's funny because, the cups, they're all the heart, right? But we can get things done. We can say emotionally, this is what I need to move things forward. We can read people really well. We can see their strengths and this strength and that strength and move things forward like this. But saying, what do I love? What do I want? What do I need? What are my emotions? What do I desire for myself? That can be tricky and that can be overwhelming. With the 9 of Cups, it feels like there isn't a wish being granted. And yet Spirit's telling me, it's like they're not seeing it, right? So I always see this like a bit of honey left on your lips, right? And you lick it and you're like, oh my God, that sweetness. Like, and you just have a moment to enjoy it. It's kind of like when you're making a cup of tea, right? And you get a little bit of honey from the honey pot and you just have a little bit on your lips and you're just surprised. And it's beautiful. It's instead of saying, I have that bit of honey that's so enjoyable. It's like, oh my gosh, that stickiness on my lips. Like, my gosh, like, yeah, I can't believe I didn't even do that right, type of thing. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Part of this time to be able to really focus your mind and create and to move forward and work to the best of your ability, you need to take in the wonder. You're one of the signs that needs the wonder. And you're one of the signs, especially if you're born on the cusp with Aries, it's like, well, am I getting this done? Am I doing it right? These are the rules. This is what needs to be done. Or you have strong Capricorn in your chart, you can really lose the balance of it all. It's all about the balance and the harmony for you, Pisces. All about being able to flow, being able to evolve, being able to see yourself. It's so important. It moves us then to the Ace of Wands reversed. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift, passion, creativity, insights. This is around our career. Are we seeing it right now? No, we're not. We're not. It's like right now, it can very well be that we need to be totally invested in the feelings of things to be able to move us forward. And so here with the Ace of Wands, the creativity that guides us, that leads us, it can be overwhelming for us. So just be aware of this during this time. This will come. Okay? The wish that we have, what we desire to create and cultivate, that will come. We have to start saying, what do I love? How am I grounding myself, centering myself, not being pulled away by others' expectations? That's going to be really, really, really important during this time. Because these days can be the days where you take all of this and you just turn it around. You leave the King of Cups standing upright, right? And you turn it around and you have that soulmate connection. You have that connection of greatness. But this can also be the time where we sit there and say, I'm missing the mark. It's not right. And this is a time of a huge shift where we start to turn it all around. And as we come out of May, we say, this is what I want. And we have a very clear vision of what we want, what we desire, and what we're building forward for ourselves. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's something here that, it's kind of like, it's almost like somebody is dangling, it's like being a donkey, right? And a carrot being dangled in front of you to get you to move. And it always feels just out of reach, just out of reach. And that's because it is. Somebody is dangling that carrot in front of you to get you to move forward, to get you to move the way that they want you to move. And it's not in alignment with you. Okay, so just be aware of it. It's around work, it's around creativity. Be aware of this. Divinity. We're not connecting with our divine selves. For you, Pisces, especially, this is important. How are you balancing the chi that's flowing in you? How are you connecting with your divine, beautiful self? How are you moving forward in your power? Question mark. Do you feel connected? I mean, they're seemingly simple questions, but they're big questions too. And it brings us then to the Page of Cups reversed. We're out of alignment with ourselves. We can be feeling a bit childish with things. We're getting messages from places we don't expect to get messages, but we're not listening to them. I'm not trying to have this be a Debbie Downer reading for us. I'm really not. But what Spirit is saying here is there's so many gifts that are going to be coming forward for you. But because they're not fitting a traditional mold, we're just not seeing them. So it's time to sit there and step back and say, what is my happiness? What is my desire? And just because certain things work for certain people, that's awesome. That's awesome for them. But you have to do what's right for you and move forward in your power of soul and spirit. Also, you can be having a kid in your life. They're too emotional. They don't know how to regulate those emotions. If you can help them because you know how to, that would be awesome. Like, yeah, I totally know the big feelings, like just feeling like a tidal wave washes over us, with those big feelings. But here's how to harmonize. That could be amazing. And you'll see that kid really looks up to you. It's really guided by you. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. You've got this. Just know that. Just absolutely know that and start celebrating yourself. I love you all. Bye.